wizard, what do you see as you twist the tiles beneath our feet? What do you see?
Alrighty. Back for day 2, I guess, of farmin. Hello, hello. Hopefully the audio hasn't screwed up between Friday and today. That'd be really bad. So, yeah. Back in Waseca County, Minnesota, as we were last week, or I guess on Friday. So, get switched on over here. And let's get going. And you know what's funny? I just realized something. No, actually, no, never mind. I didn't realize anything. I had music going last time. I was about to say that I didn't have any music going last time. That would be a lie. That would be a big old lie. Matthew French, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Good to see you. All right, music is going, all that stuff. Game audio seems to be working, which is good. So, what do we need to do today? Well, this wheat is growing. I believe the soybeans are still going. So, I believe what I was doing last time was I going to take a contract? I don't... Oops. Just knock that over. I don't remember if I was going to take a contract or not. Let's see, that field is harvested. This one is soybeans. I don't remember. There's 16 up there, which is peas. That's no. 31 also peas, no. Anything interesting in contracts? peas on 17. But I don't have a harvester, and I'm not really going to get one because that's a pain. Cultivating contract. Could do that. I don't know. That's a large field, and I don't have a very big cultivator at the moment. Could buy one if I really wanted to. Oh, it's a withered oat field. Oof. Okay. I could put courseplay on it, but there's really nothing else for me to do, so I'm gonna skip that one. So I think what I really need to do is just fast forward some time. So we're gonna do that. How's my day been? It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Yesterday was interesting. So I'll tell you what happened. So basically, yesterday around, so I'm a night owl. I don't go to bed till it's like basically right in the morning, you know, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And right as I'm about to shut everything down and go to bed, I hear my weather radio go off, and I'm like, uh-oh, that's usually not a good sign. And so I look at radar, and there's a tornado warning, and we're right dead in the center of the polygon. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's not good. So I had to kind of get everybody up and get everybody moving to an interior room, which in our house isn't really much of a room. It's more of a hallway. Of course, there's the bathroom, but the hallway is pretty well closed in, just based on the layout of the floor plan. But so get everybody up and checking on radar, you know, talking with my dad. My dad and I are both enthusiasts. We have radar software that we paid for and all that. We're looking at it, and it's just like, this isn't really, like, it's impressive for sure. Like big old coupling on velocity and all that stuff, but correlation wasn't showing anything. It wasn't really hooked all that much. And so we were just like, it's not, you know, really something to be totally concerned about. Of course, you know, you want to have, you want to err on the side of caution, but we were looking at it, it's just like, this isn't really a whole lot there. And turned out it wasn't. Wasn't even really a whole lot of wind. I don't even think that one spawned a tornado. I think that one kind of broke up a little bit after. But it just kept going. The storm system just kept going. The tornado warnings got extended like 3 times, I think. One of them actually got reissued. So what had ended up happening, there was another couplet in the area, and the first one died out, and then a second one spawned right behind it. And so they had to reissue the same warning for the same area. Like the polygon didn't change. They reissued the warning for the same area. And so that was interesting. I don't think there was any reports of confirmed tornadoes, which is good. I'm not even sure if there was a whole lot of wind damage. I don't think the wind was very high. Like, I don't think it was very fast. So I don't know. There was a lot going on, and the system just kept going and going. Power didn't go out until, actually power went out about 6 o'clock in the morning and was out for about 4 hours, which is, I think, one of the longest outages that we've had. So it went out, came back on. It went out for about another 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. I don't exactly remember the time frame, but went out for a little bit again, and then stayed on for the rest of the day. So that was, yeah, yesterday was interesting, to say the least. I didn't get a ton of sleep yesterday, but we're back, we're alive, so everything's good. Everything is good in the hood. So I'm gonna stop running around because I'm probably making some people sick. And we're gonna grab. Actually, I was like, we're gonna grab this combine and we're gonna go harvesting. No, we're not. We're not taking this combine because this combine sucks. It's a beautiful combine. I love this thing, but it is way too small for what I need it. What I need it to do. And actually, I think that trailer is gonna go too. So we're gonna cheese the system, use store deliveries, all that good stuff. Harvesters, we are gonna go for. Do I want to go for the cost just like I did in my other save? Or do I want to go with the S7? S7 holds more. We'll go with that. We'll do the 850 just so we can save a little bit of money. We'll do crawler track broad for the... Is there PKTs? Nope. We'll do Continentals instead. US config, of course. $407,000. We'll buy an S7. We'll do maybe a 40-foot MacDon because there's that there's the MacDon FT2 pack from Hispano Modding. Yeah, we'll do a 40-foot MacDon header, wheels. We'll do the MacDon branding, US, working lights, main color, John Deere green. We'll do black for the inner thing there. And I'm not going to be able to buy that, so I'm actually going to finance this. We'll do a 6 month. Do a 6 month. Oh, it's rain. Of course, it's raining. And I parked this in the worst spot. Don't destroy the crop. Don't destroy the soybeans, please. Just, oh boy. Come on. Give me the thing. There we go. We're going to further cheese the system by doing GS weather set sun. Because I am not fast forwarding time. Oh. Okay, that was weird. Accidentally hit H and started a worker. All right. Let's go ahead and set up our GPS. 2 headlands. Actually, that'll work better because that straightens out the inner rows. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully you guys are doing all right today on this Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. I was gonna do some straw bales, but I don't really like baling straw. It's just that, oh, I didn't want to do that. I don't really like baling straw. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm just not gonna do that. I should probably set this up on a horseplay course. No, I'll do the headlands, then I'll just set up the enhanced vehicle auto turn thing, like I was doing on Friday. You're off tomorrow? Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Good old Wednesday off day. Gotta love it. Breaks the week apart. Yeah, it does. It does indeed split it. Sometimes it gets a little weird, but you know, 'tis what it is. There's the fog. Forgot that fog exists. See, the fog is great and all until it just like completely obstructs everything. And then it's just kind of a pain. It's like, why? And you know the bad thing? There's a fog command in here. A weather set fog, and it doesn't do anything. Like if I try weather set fog, if I do disabled, it doesn't do anything. I'm assuming this extra like syntax stuff in here is probably needed. Probably have to input some values, but I don't know what any of those values mean, and I don't want to screw something up. So I'm just not going to. I'm just not gonna do it. Well, fail. True. I fail all the time. Anybody else watch the SpaceX Starship 9? Is it Starship 9? I think it was, yeah, Flight 9, like the launch today. That was interesting. Delayed the countdown twice. You didn't? Yeah, so they delayed the countdown like right at 40 seconds. They went another 5 seconds, delayed it again, and then went for it. They got the clock rolling again. And then, you know, launch happens, it's all seeming good and everything. A little while later, there's some hot spots that appear on one of the engine cowlings, and it's like, uh-oh, that's probably not a good thing. And it was right before second engine cutoff, so that was interesting. They tried to open the payload door because it was a test flight. They were gonna do like a test deployment. And the payload doors wouldn't open, and so they said, you know what, we're just not going to deploy it today. We're going to have it come back down and, you know, figure out what went wrong, try to figure out the issues. And then as they're trying to get it to come back down, somehow the alignment, I can't remember the exact terminology they use for those alignment jets, basically the jets on the outside to like keep everything aligned. Those basically either stopped working or they ran out of propellant or something. Something happened to where they couldn't control the attitude. So basically they lost attitude control. They couldn't control the pitch, and so it was just kind of like flopping and whatever. And so they basically just said, screw it, we're dumping all the propellant, and they're just going to have an uncontrolled re-entry somewhere in between, like, I can't remember where they said it was, like in between Africa and Australia. It was like somewhere in that ocean area, or in between Madagascar and Australia is like this big wide open area that they were going to dump it down in. So a lot went wrong, but it's a test flight. You know, you gotta figure these things out before you do an actual deployment. But yeah, I was watching that on live streams, and it was pretty interesting. It was very intriguing. Space stuff is fascinating, you know. I hadn't really been all that interested in it, but it's honestly pretty cool. Just seeing a gigantic tube of metal and whatever other materials they use just going at thousands of miles an hour. A few counties when you still felt it, I bet. I live pretty far away from where they're at, so unfortunately I didn't experience any of it. But that's okay. All right, so I need a trailer of some description. I actually need to get rid of the trailer I already have. So we're going to do that. Trailers. I could go with this one. I have that one on the other side, but I could also go with this one. 44.5. That would actually probably make more sense. So this one's 46. I like this one because it's smaller. I like this one because it holds more and is cheaper. I'll go with this one. Extension. Can I do wide tires? Oh yeah, big old wide tires. Look at that. We'll do it in black. I'm gonna be careful what I spend my money on. Good lord. Almost out of money. I'm almost bankrupt. Drop the front weight off because I'm not gonna need that. Should also, well, the duals are probably fine for now. I should probably take the duals off at some point. Well, actually I can just do that now. Can I upgrade the engine without too much hassle? Yeah, probably. So we'll do wides. Yeah, we'll just do wides. Although, tracks. It's BKT wides. Narrows for Midas. I'll do 410 and wide Trelleborgs. Yeah, it's probably fine. 31,000. Just said that I need to watch what I spend my money on, and well, there I go, spending money. Okay. Do. Oh, I forgot it does this every time. Excuse me, GPS. I didn't ask you to lock onto a line I'm not even pointed at. Friggin' thing. I forgot that whenever, with these headers, when you, have the, what is it? I can't remember the name of the mod. But it basically stops your, combine when you get full, so you don't roll into your crop. If you don't lift the header before you, start going again, it kind of digs into the ground for some reason. Not entirely convinced that I know the reason why. Good lord, GPS, just lock onto the line and friggin' turn. Dick. Anyway. I don't love NCS music. Some of these songs I haven't heard in a long time. Ba-da-bum. When I get onto one of these passes, I need to go onto my phone and reply to a DM that someone sent me a few minutes ago. So I may go quiet for a couple minutes. Jeez, just turn, please. Follow the line. Friggin' thing. I'm gonna get back to the turn. Okay. DM has been replied to. Should be good to go. For the most part, anyway. Did I think I changed that, didn't I? Huh. Weird. I thought I changed that. I thought I changed my bit rate up to 10,000, but apparently that just reverted back to 8,000. Okay. Gonna do some trucking later? Is that what you're gonna do? I join you, but I don't have ATS installed at the moment. I had to clear out some space and I had to get rid of Truck Sim. Wouldn't take me long to re-download it, but I mean, I'll have to do some trucking again at some point. Mod Convoy? Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I wish that Truck Sim had a better handle on was the Convoy mod support. Like how all that, functions and everything. Like it'd be great if it just worked, right? It'd be great if like the load order didn't matter. Because like in Farm Sim, it doesn't matter. In Farm Sim, it technically loads mods based on alphabetical order of the mod file names. So it doesn't matter what load order it is, right? But Truck Sim, it matters a ton. And I don't know why. I guess it's because of like what certain things are overriding and all that, but it's like, come on. It's like realistically, if Farm Sim can do it, any game can do it, theoretically anyway. So that's one thing I would have as like a wish list item for SES to figure out is make the Convoy mod support like functional and not be a giant pain in the ass. Because it really is a giant pain in the ass. And it's like I love Truck Sim to death, but good lord. Gotta make it complicated. Picked up that last little, or that tiny little bit of soybeans that was just sticking out there. Run over to the other side of the field so I can do the long rounds. I can't see a thing. That's a lie. I can actually see relatively decently, which is surprising for the amount of fog that's right here. All right, line it up on GPS. Control 2, Control 3 is already active. We'll do that for turnaround. Make sure we're on line 1. Boom, done. That's it. Okay, now it's just gonna do it, and I don't have to do anything. Yeehaw. So anyway, don't know what to do, don't know what to talk about. Anybody got any cool stories to talk about? Anything interesting? Nothing? No? Okay, good. Great. We'll just sit here in complete silence. Work finally cooled down enough? Well, that's good. It's always good when it cools down a bit. I mean, that'll happen when you have the amount of rain that we had. It actually felt really nice yesterday. During the sort of the calmer portions, you had to step outside and just, it felt way cooler. Well, not way cooler, but a little bit anyway. Last week was terrible. It's like, what the fuck? It's still spring. Yeah, it's still spring, but this is Texas, and Texas just doesn't care. It's like, oh, you wanted spring? Here's summer, fucker. here, here comes hell, fuckface. It's like, man, like, I don't want to be in hell. I want to be somewhere, you know, where it's nice and cool, nice and spring like, not fucking summer. I'm not a warm weather person at all. Take the heat, island boy. Jesus. Yeah, I'm not a warm weather person at all. I prefer the cooler weather. I wonder, can I pull this over here? Yeah, okay. I'm having to pull my chat window to the left, to my left monitor, which I didn't really want to do because I thought it was going to like tank my performance, because that's the one that's connected to my CPU's integrated graphics, because of my GPU issue where I can't have 3 monitors on the same GPU, because for some reason this 3070 just, it freaks out in Farm Sim with 3 monitors connected. Not entirely sure why, but well, it is what it is. I'll figure it out eventually. I mean, it could be a GPU problem. I don't think it's a cable problem. I've tried the cable swapping and all that, and it never fixed it. So could be a GPU problem, but I wouldn't really know. I don't really have I don't have a proper way to test that. I need to update that Stream Elements thing, because I moved the Stream Elements tip jar link to the middle of the description instead. I'll fix that later. But now I can have my OBS on the full right side window, which I need to change something. Can I change this while I'm live? Studio mode. Horizontal layout. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm using OBS's studio mode so I can see the live view and then the preview window, or the preview screen. which I would, oops, oh no, I'm running into crop. Oh geez. Over here getting distracted. Oh, that's gonna be a couple dollars of lost soybeans. It's great. Gonna go bankrupt. Can I change the orientate? Can I do like a? No, the answer is no. I was wanting to swap the views around because the preview's on the left and the program is on the right. Program is the live one, and I wanted to swap them so the program's on the left. But it doesn't seem like there's an option. Damn you, OBS. Lord have mercy. It's true, you know. I mean, sure, I could, what I could do is actually put the chat in OBS itself. But the problem is, for some reason, the OBS, or I guess it would be the Stream Elements, the Stream Elements chat doc doesn't allow me to write or like click on people's names and like do anything. Like if I needed to time someone out, I couldn't from that chat window. So that's why I have to pull up like a literal, like just the YouTube chat window from the live stream page. So mildly unfortunate, mildly inconvenient, but oh well. Is what it is. Well, I guess I could put the chat window in OBS and then minimize the other one. And then like if I need to time someone out, I can just like go over to the other one, time them out, and then go back to the other one. Nah, it's too much effort. Too much effort. Cannot be bothered. CBA. Can't be arsed. Alright. Basically full trailer, which is good. So I think my plan for today is to try to recoup some of that money that I just blew on a brand new S7 combine and the header. Technically, I'm financing that one, and the trailer, which I bought, and the engine upgrade and the wheel, or the I guess the wheel change for the tractor. I have to recoup some of that money, and then I want to buy one of the other. I actually want to swap farmyards. I want to, because there's multiple farmyards in this map. Holy crap. Okay, I know one way we're going to recoup some money, taking these baling contracts. I need to get those here in a minute. Jesus. So this is the current farmyard that we have. There's, I think, one over here. There's, I don't think that's one over there. There might be one over here. I think there's a big one over here. There's one over here, one over here. This is actually like a, there's a couple of hog confinement buildings over here. There's an empty space over here. There's a big old open grass area over here. There's another farmyard up here, which is the one that I want to get. There's a town up here, which has a forklift. Okay. So yeah, I mean, either I do this one, get these two fields, or I don't want to do that one because that one's kind of hilly. I don't like the layout of that one. I could do this one, but I'd have to get this big ass field. It's 2 million. It might actually be cheaper though than this, because that's 1.6 even with the, or 1.5 with a discount, and then 375. So actually, it's technically cheaper. I don't know, but I want to like, I don't know if I want to keep these fields or what. I mean, I wouldn't be able to keep this one if I was going to sell the farmland. So I don't know. Maybe I run 2 of them. Have like a central central farmyard and then kind of a north farm. So I don't know. Could do something like that. But anyway, let's get these beans dumped off. This is actually where having this on a course play course would have been nice, because that way I could just have course play do it, and then I could go do the baling contracts. Which actually I think all of those are huge fields. I'm probably gonna have to do that with course play. Oh, I can't do that with course play because it won't freaking line up correctly. Eesh. That's the rough part. So that I basically have to do all these manually. That sucks. I don't want to do these manually. But we're going to have to. I know another contract is starting. Just let me grab the contract, you friggin' thing. Friggin' game trying to stop me from doing what I want to do. Oh god, the game is lagging there hardcore. So anyway. Remember, drop the header down. Perfect. Don't destroy the crop. This is your livelihood, damn it. Can't just be running over your own crop. All right, so the one thing that I do not have is a round baler. I'm not going to use this square baler because that's illegal. Not actually illegal, just bad. Not going to be accepted for the contract. This cultivator needs to go because that's way too small. This plow needs to go. That seeder is going to have to eventually go. Actually, I should well, I have to take the seed out of it first. I don't have to, but I'm going to. This wind rower is probably fine. This mower is fine. The mixer probably won't matter if I get rid of this farmyard. This couple of these tractors gonna have to go. Sorry for being late. Just watch the Red Sox blow another game. I thought the Red Sox used to be a good team. At least they were many years ago. I don't even like the Red Sox. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a dang old Yank. And a Texas Rangers fan, but, you know. I say I'm a Texas Rangers fan. I don't really watch a whole lot of baseball anymore. It's kind of like I was mentioning on Friday. Basically, the only sport that I care about anymore is hockey in the NHL. Yeah, they used to be. Oh, man. You want to know the score of the Dallas game? I'm scared to know. The last I checked, it was 1-0 near the end of the first for Edmonton, and I'm scared that they probably lost the game. Because if they lost the game, then it's basically over. Like they're not coming back against a 3-1 series deficit against frigging Edmonton. I just don't think it's going to happen. Which is the unfortunate part. God damn it. They really only scored 1 goal. Well, you know what? They got 1 win. I guess that's good enough. And that's even within Edmonton team that doesn't have Matthias Ekholm. Zach Hyman got injured. I think Connor Brown, is it Connor Brown? I think it's Connor Brown. Connor Brown's out, so they put in Arvidsson. So, I mean, but I guess Edmonton is literally just Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. I mean, it's everyone else on the team is basically expendable. You know, you keep McDavid, you keep Draisaitl. Everyone else is just basically, they're just there because you need a roster, right? Should really just rename the team to the Edmonton McDavids, you know? It's basically all the team is known for anymore. You see Florida lost last night? Yeah, I saw that and I was very surprised because the thing about Carolina Hurricanes have had 15 straight Eastern Conference Final game losses, right? Not 15 straight conference final exits, but 15 straight games. So they got swept 3 times in the past 3 years. Okay. Basically every single time they made the conference final last 3 years. So it's 3 times they got swept every single time. And this time they were almost about to get swept for a 4th year in a row. Yeah, it's incredible in all the wrong ways. They lost 15 straight games in the Eastern Conference Final. They could not win a game to save their life, and they finally did it. And a shutout, no less. That's pretty good. You got to give them credit. They tried. You know, not to say that they didn't try every year, but something clicked. You know, something really clicked for them, and they actually got it done this time. So, do I think they're going to come back against a Florida team of, you know, of their stature? No. I very highly doubt it. Carolina's a good team, but I don't think they have it in them to come back against a team like Florida the way they're set up right now. Bill Zito has done a really good job putting that team together, and it's just they're way too strong. They're way too strong. But you never know. I mean, upsets have happened before, so anything is possible. Don't want to rule them out, but the chances of Carolina, I mean, even the chances of Carolina winning a game, like winning a second game, are fairly low, but still possible, right? Do I think they're going to do it? Maybe. I don't know. If they can play like they did last night, then they totally would. Just never know. And then, of course, with Dallas and Edmonton, it's like, well, Dallas had the 1 win. where they almost lost. I mean, it would have been a sweep had they not had they not, you know, did a third period comeback in that game. You know, in game one. But they did the comeback win, and it was like, oh yeah, you know, Dallas is a pretty good team and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden Edmonton is just steamrolling Dallas, and it's like, okay, well, I guess Dallas is not the Cup favorite. They were one of the, you know, top favorites for the Cup run, and we were hoping that it was going to get there, but it seems like not this year. And I can tell you that the team is vastly improved. With Mikko Rantanen, Mikael Granlund, Matt Duchene, having Sagan back in the lineup. You know, having Rope Hintz would be great. Don't know if he was playing in this game, but in tonight's game. Having Rope Hintz and, you know, Heiskanen healthy and all that stuff, especially having Heiskanen back. You know, they could have very well gone on a deep run had they not faced Edmonton. So I guess Edmonton was their kind of kryptonite. Excited to watch full season of hockey. Yeah, it's fun. I hadn't watched a ton of hockey this season. Probably should have. I'll probably do more of that next season, especially with Dallas the way they are now. It's probably going to be a lot more exciting to watch. Be curious to see where Buffalo goes too, but I think Buffalo's probably just going to be another nightmare for another year. The longest playoff drought in any of professional sports. Which, when I say that, is not an exaggeration, and it's really unfortunate that I say that. It's been 14 years straight, I think, and not just like a series win, right? It's literally Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs in 14 seasons. They have not made the playoffs at all in 14 seasons. It is the longest playoff. It's sort of like get into the playoffs drought of any team in any professional sport. I want to be a Buffalo fan, but my God, did they make it difficult. They do indeed make that shit difficult. And it's like they've had those sort of flash in the pan moments where they're able to go, you know, a few games, like on a few game win streak, and it's like, oh, you know, maybe they're improving, and then all of a sudden they lose multiple games in a row. It's like, well, there goes that. You know, there goes that magic. It's gone forever. And then they just suck for the rest of the year. Like sometimes what'll happen is they'll go like, I think one year they had a start of like, I think it was like 5 or 6-1. It was like five wins, 1 loss, or 6 wins, 1 loss in the first, you know, 6 or 7 games, whatever it was. And then after that, it was just a complete, like, it was just a complete shit show. They dropped a lot of games, couldn't win, couldn't score. And it was just a nightmare. You know? And I don't know how. I mean, I know how they're bad. It's really their ownership, because the last time they made the playoffs was 2011. Was the 2010-2011 season. And that's, if I remember correctly, that's around the time that the new ownership came in. And it's just been terrible ever since. The Pagulas are the owners of the Buffalo Sabres, and the Buffalo Bills, which the Buffalo Bills have been doing pretty good, or have done fairly good for the past couple years. But the Sabres just get neglected. They don't hire the right people. They don't have the right game plan, and it just doesn't work. And really, I think it's kind of fallen on ownership now, where the owners just don't. It's like they don't care, you know, which is sad to think about. Normally, you know, in hockey, you would think of the GM or the coach or, you know, whoever that would be kind of the fall guy or the bad guy. But in my opinion, in Buffalo, I think it's the owners. I think the owners are part of the problem, and selling the team is almost impossible, because you have to find an owner that wants to not only buy the team, but keep the team in Buffalo, because Gary Bettman, the commissioner, doesn't really want teams to move anymore. Especially after the Arizona to Utah thing. Bettman doesn't really want teams to move. He wants to expand. You know, he wants to expand the league into more areas, but he doesn't want teams to move, because that creates a whole load of different problems. And unfortunately, selling a team to a different owner has a potential for a team to move, because it depends on the area that the owner is in, whether they move or not. And it's kind of like with Ottawa. When Ottawa's owner died a few years ago, they had to find a guy to... Was it Ottawa? I think it was Ottawa. One of the Canadian teams. Anyway, they got to find a replacement, right? They got to find a replacement owner. You have to give him the terms and conditions, all that stuff. Make sure he's good. Make sure he's actually, you know, capable of buying the team financially, you know. And there was a thing. It's like, if you're going to buy this team, then you cannot move this team. Once you buy it, you cannot move the team. And that was the stipulation in the purchase for one of those teams. I think it was Ottawa. Yeah, it's Ottawa. Michael Andlauer was the new owner, or is the new owner of the Ottawa Senators. And so, yeah, if I remember right, that was the stipulation for him buying the team. It's like, if you buy the team, you're not allowed to move it. You got to keep it right where it's at. Now, of course, they can move buildings, but they got to keep it, you know, they got to keep the team in that area, like basically keep it Ottawa, you know? So they can move buildings, but they can't move locations, you know, move regions, basically. And that's the issue with Buffalo, is like, first of all, who would be the new owner? Who would be the prospective owner? And then secondly, is there going to be that same stipulation of like, are they going to move, you know, are they going to move the team? I guess the stipulation of whether or not they're going to get prevented from moving the team. So know a thing or two about bad owners with the Red Sox because they didn't want to spend money on the team, and the Saints with a very bad general manager. Yeah, it happens. It absolutely happens. And it sucks when it does, because you want to see a good team, but then it's just like, you know, there's a lot of stuff happening, and you don't get the right GM, you don't get the right president, you know, of operations and stuff. Like at that point, like once you get to the GM and above, it's basically the owner's responsibility, you know. And so if you keep getting bad GMs or bad president, you know, president of operations or whatever, then it's basically the owners. The owners are choosing bad people and giving them bad instructions or whatever, you know. And that's the sucky part. I think that's kind of what happens. What's been happening with Buffalo is, at least the Sabres, is they've just been hiring the wrong people and not giving them enough freedom and all that stuff, which sucks. Because I want to see them succeed. I want to see them get into the playoffs and I want to run, win the cup. That'd be great. That'd be great. And that's one of the things that Terry Pegula, when he bought the team, he was like, my purpose here is to help this team win the cup. And then all of a sudden, they're not making the playoffs for 14 straight years. And it's like, okay, so you just straight up bought the team and lied to us. Thanks. That's great. Thanks, Terry. Like, anyway. It is what it is, I guess. Not really much I can do. Eventually, the team will either get better by way of new owners or the proper GM and, you know, coach hiring and whatever, or the team will fold. They'll literally become bankrupt. The team will stop making money, or whatever will happen, and the team will fold, and something will happen. I don't know. It's going to be one of those two. I don't know which one it is. So those are lucrative contracts. Not too far from getting this field done, which is pretty good. Just a little bit of harvesting left to go. We can do the baling contracts and make it real boring. Gonna make it really boring. Actually, it may not even be too bad, because if I get the fast bale, I won't have to stop every like 20 seconds. think I'll go dump this off while I'm over here. Not boring to me. It's fun listening about hockey stuff and other things. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying it's going to be boring because maybe silent for most of it. So the other stuff isn't boring. It's always fun to talk about things that admittedly I don't have a lot of like knowledge in a lot of that stuff, but you know, a lot of the things I've learned over the years and just reading articles and, you know, kind of just formulating some viewpoints on things and all that. So I guess if you really think about it, you don't need a ton of knowledge in it. Just you gotta at least know a little bit about what you're talking about, which I kind of do. I guess even that's a bit of a stretch. I barely know what I'm talking about half the time. All right, final pass of the beans. I'm gonna eat a little bit and just I'm gonna go fast. There we go. Beautiful. And this field is finished. Yeehaw. Got it done fairly quickly. It's about, oh, I just crashed in the tractor. That's, if this was real life, this header would be bent into multiple different angles. Know more about football than hockey or baseball? Yeah. Kind of like me with hockey, is I know a lot more about hockey than any other sport. Okay, harvesting is finished. Let me turn this off, turn that off. Let's go park the combine somewhere out of the way for the moment. Like over here. Park it right about there. Take the rest of the soybeans to the silo. All right, how much do I have? 80,000 liters of soybeans in total. So that's okay. Not great, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. I need to go the other way because that's a fence right there. I feel like I should remove that barn, but it's like if I sell this land, then it's not gonna make much of a difference if I sell it. All right, let me do. So I have an identical save that I was on earlier. I basically have this save and then my single player save, and I think I'm going to replicate some of the single player changes. Starting with this guy. This guy's getting sold because I'm not going to need it. Cedar, I need to pull the stuff out of before I sell it. This guy, I'll probably keep that. This, I'm going to move just a little bit. Just going to cheat. Actually, I could probably just sell this right here. So we'll do that. Sell that. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to do any cattle, so I'm going to sell that. Anything else that I want to get rid of? Probably this guy. Actually, does that have lime in it? No, that's solid fertilizer. Okay. I think, did this have some? Oh, that had solid fertilizer. Okay, well. Get rid of that thing. Not gonna need that anymore. Trying to think. Won't be able to buy that, I don't think. So let me look. So front loader tools. That was for the Massey, I think. Was that for the Massey? I think so. Probably don't need that. Bale spike, probably don't need that. Roller sprayers, fertilizer spreaders. Let me just make sure I don't have any like copies of anything. Mowers. Okay, I think we're good there. So let's go large tractors. That's $259 for the 9S. They're any usable tractors for sale at the moment? There's not. There's the RA 142 that I literally just sold. So it's ended up in the thing. That might have already been there, but you know. There's a cedar that I could totally use. Did I? Oh God, what is that? What is that color scheme? That is a very interesting color scheme. Okay. So chassis is black. Actually, what is that thing normally? Is it red? Yeah, it's red. Orgo red. Rims, I'm pretty sure, are white. No, these are black, aren't they? Yeah. I think. Design color, I think that's the wing wheels. That's the wing wheels. And also something else. That didn't help. Oh, I see. It's the, I guess the hydraulics? Okay. I'll come back to that. Don't necessarily know if I want to buy that at the moment. There's no tractor that I really want to buy, so I think I'm going to have to buy this or finance it. So if I have, let's see, I have a 410 T8, so it's like what's the horsepower on that again? 409. Is that, hold on, what? Is that actually? Oh, it is. Weird. I thought that had the I thought it had a bit of a tune on it because that's usually what happens. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. 285, 310, 340, 370, 400, 420, 425. So the 425 is 292. Buy it. 400. I feel like I should do the 400. No. I think I'll just go for the big one. So let's put some BKT tires on it. Little fat, chunky wheels. Or chunky tires. And let's see what financing is going to do to us. 50 grand a month for 6 months. 2% interest. I could probably do that. There we go. All right. Tractor is financed. So this actually goes above here now. Now I need a baler. A round baler to be specific. And I think the round baler that we're going to go with is this guy. Because it's going to prevent the need of stopping every 5 seconds. Standard net will go. We're not going to need the wrapping because we're not wrapping anything. We'll do BKT wide tires because why not? I'm going to lease this because I don't plan on buying it. I don't plan on doing any baling at all on this save in particular, so we're just not going to do that. Any baling, at least for my own stuff. I'm not going to do that on this save. So I'm already doing that on my other one. So first one, oh, good Lord. Oof. That's, oh, are you kidding? Oh, oh, jeez, it changes directions because of the, oh, man. Yeah, so I can't use Courseplay for this, so I have to do it. I have to do it myself. Son of a bitch. Well, let's get to it, I guess. Got a long way to go. I think this is going to be 12s. That looks about right. Yep, I would say that's 12s. Oh boy, okay. Let's do it. Automatic drop. Here's where it gets real boring. Probably going to be silent for a little while. Just bailing along. Oh, this is going to take forever. You know the bad part about it? I can't even get... It wouldn't even make sense to windrow any of this. Because the largest windrow that I would have is, what, 14 meters? Yeah, 14 meters, and this is already set to 12 for the spacing, so it wouldn't really matter all that much. That sucks. And there's no, like for the square balers, there's these, which are the windrowing models, which actually is a real thing. I've discovered. You can fit a windrow on the front of a baler. There's actually a company that does that, or did. I don't know if they still do. But there's nothing like that for round balers, which sucks. Kind of hoping there would be, because I would totally use one. But unfortunately, there's not. What is it supposed to do? The windrower? It's supposed to you see how everything is in rows like this? So this technically would these rows are more the kind of row that would come out of the back of a combine. Basically doing a swath drop, so it would just drop the straw in a straight row, kind of like it is. The windrow would essentially take these two, like say 2 or 3 or however wide the, oops, I need to turn. Oh, I'm gonna run over the bale. Okay. It would essentially take like 2 or 3 of these rows, depending on how wide the windrower is, and join them together. So it'd be one continuous row instead of multiple smaller ones. It would make this a whole lot faster if I had a windrower wide enough to actually make a difference. Unfortunately, it's not a thing that I have at the moment. The 14 meter wide one wouldn't be enough for this. It wouldn't be there wouldn't be enough of a benefit to using it, which sucks, but oh well. Now, if these were square baler contracts, I absolutely would grab one of those windrower balers, but these ain't square bale contracts. These are round bale contracts, which I have discovered. I didn't realize this was a thing, but the game actually, the reason why it says round bale and square bale on the thing is because you have to use those balers for those contracts, which, if you think of it, kind of makes sense, because in real life you would have different uses for either round bales or square bales, depending on your application, you know, whatever you're using them for. So different farmers would need different different farmers would need different, why can I not say that without messing it up? Each farmer has different needs for either one. So they would request, like, say, because this is what's called custom work. Basically, you're doing work for someone else. Kind of it's really contracted work. But most of the time it's called custom work. And, you know, whoever you're doing the custom work for would request a, you know, particular set of guidelines or whatever for you to follow. So this would be one of them. It's like basically, you know, make round bales or square bales or whatever. So they would have different requirements for stuff, as far as I understand it anyway. I'm not a farmer, so I don't really know the ins and outs of custom work like this. Oh God. Just trying to make my HUD a little smaller, and then I forgot that some of this stuff doesn't like when you do that in the middle of the game. Oh, and now it's completely... Damn it, it's completely screwed up. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'd have to restart the save in order for that to unscrew itself. Damn it. So, anyway. It's actually gonna bother me. So, we're gonna do a quick little save restart. I'm gonna actually change this to 90% and then restart the save. So save. Actually, what I can do in this case is turn on auto start so it starts the save when the load completes. So quit to menu. Let's try it again. Never actually use the auto start thing on the additional settings mod, so I assume this will just plop me right in if it does what it says it does. Yeah, look at that. Didn't even have to hit enter. Perfect. Okay, back in action. Not back in action. I didn't put the baler, I didn't put the pickup down. Get down there. There we go. Now we're back in action. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off... Oh, my mouse died. Oh, no. This is the worst time for my mouse to die. Stand by. Okay. I'm going to turn off... fill levels, I guess. Yeah, that friggin' thing is really long, just stretching into the middle of the screen. God, this is probably going to take It's gonna take a while. I'm probably not even gonna get the other contracts done in this stream. Oh, that's interesting. The next contract, or one of the other contracts, is like right there. Can I get around there? Oh yeah, okay. There's an opening in the tree line there. So I can just go around the fence and get over there if I need to. Oh, you know what I could have done? I'm over here. I'm like, oh, I can't use courseplay for the baler because, you know, it's not going to do the right thing. I could just literally use the 14-meter windrower, just lease that, set up a courseplay course, and then have the baler follow the same course. Just literally copy the course and do the same thing. But then I'd be sitting around doing nothing because I'd only have one baler. So, yeah. Oh well. Already stuck into it now. So yeah, it's a big wide open grass area. Can make a fairly substantial little farmyard over there. I might actually do that. I don't know. How much is that plot? 384? 915 for the forest area around it. It's tempting. It's really tempting. I think I might do that. There's even a little bit of a dirt path leading to the road, it looks like, so that's good. Yeah, I might do that. Just might do that. I'm gonna figure out which part of this area to do first. Do I do the north-south sections or do I do the east-west? Probably the north-south. If I had to really put a thing to it. Because that way I could get that part done and not have to like do weird cuts into the north-south section by going east to west. I get distracted or something. Turn. I didn't turn. There we go. Forgot to turn on repeat for the playlist just in case it reaches the end. Which wouldn't be surprising. It would probably reach the end. I don't even remember how many songs I have in that playlist. It's like over 100, probably. Nope, 45. Okay. That's shows how much I know. Gonna be replaying the same 45 songs over and over. Or actually in Spotify's case, it'd be the like same 12 songs because Spotify's shuffle algorithm is terrible. Terrible, awful, bad, no good, very bad. Like, Spotify is great and all, but man, I say they're great and all. They have their problems. All right, now these up and down sections should just be straight up and down. No, they're not. Son of a... An increase in the headlands changes nothing. Okay, good. Great, thanks. Lovely. That means I can't do my auto turn thing unless I can. I have to get down here to the end and see how much it deviates. Probably deviates just enough to make it unusable. So, oh well, that's okay. Hope everyone had a good Memorial Day weekend. We dealt with the Memorial Day storms and had some ribs, which was pretty good. Yeah, I think it deviates quite a bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the auto turn, so that sucks. I guess if I ran a windrower through here, it would straighten that up, but I don't even think I can, because I don't think you can do that on contracts. At least not without contract boost. You had to work yesterday? Oof. Wait, you had to work on Memorial Day? Without giving too many specifics, what kind of job are you working that you have to work on Memorial Day? Because that seems kind of messed up. Car dealership? I mean, you'd think they'd observe a federal holiday. I guess maybe not. Or maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But, I don't know. I guess it might make sense. Not the one I report. Oh, that's messed up. I can tell you that. Just bailing along. How many rows do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Like 14 up and down rows at 10 or 11 miles an hour. That's going to take a while. It's a GMC dealership, and I like it. I get to see the new vehicles when they come in. Yeah, that's always the cool part about jobs like that. You get to see all the new vehicles, new technological improvements, new styling, all that stuff. My oldest brother actually he moved up to Pennsylvania with his now wife, and he works at a dealership up there, and I think he enjoys it. Mm-hmm. 37% complete on the baling contract. I actually have to refill the round bale net here in a little while because I'm going to run out of that. Peeking inside the baler. Good. Jeez. What in the world? Someone else. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Bailing along. I feel like this contract should pay more for how much I'm doing. I mean, this is a gigantic field. 54, like 50 something acres. Like, I think this one's only paying, I don't even remember what this one was paying. It's like anywhere from $50,000 to $98,000 for the 3 contracts I took. 67,800 for 49.5 acres. I don't know. I feel like that should pay a little bit more. First, before I started working there, didn't like Chevy or GMC, but after work, I'm like them better than the other ones. Yeah, Chevy and GMC are okay for the most part. I mean, really, if you were to ask me what brand of truck I would get, I'd just be like, you know what, whichever one works, whichever one is reliable, comfortable, can get me from point A to point B, can do whatever I need it to do, then that's the one I'll pick. And if it's a Chevy, it's a GMC. If it's a Ford, a Dodge, sorry, a Ram. Rams will always be Dodge. I'm just saying. It's it's just my opinion, but hot take. Dodges are Rams and Rams are Dodges. I'm just saying. Probably just pissed off everyone at this point, but you know what? I don't even care. Because Rams used to be Dodges, and now Dodges are no longer Rams. Or Rams are no longer Dodges. You get the idea. But I don't know. I mean, if it's reliable, if it does what I want it to do, then you know, whichever one is the one, and then I'll pick it. Now I know that GM has had some recall things happen for, I think, what is it, the L87, the L87 engines in the trucks and some of the SUVs. And it's funny, I started watching Rain Man Ray's repairs on YouTube, and he's talking about all the recall stuff for the GM L87 engines, and how one of their first recommendations was to put the 5.3s and 6.2s. One of their first recommendations was to put, I think, what was it, 40 weight oil or 20 weight? It was one of the two. And that was just kind of like, what? Why? Why would you do that? And it was just like this whole, it's been this whole debacle. So, you know, GM has had their reliability stuff called into question, which is unfortunate because, I mean, they do make good stuff. But, I mean, you know, every company has their issues and stuff like that. I mean, Ford's had problems before. Dodge has had problems before. Basically, any truck manufacturer, any vehicle manufacturer is going to have problems. It just depends on how you handle those problems, like how you know, sort of come out on the other side and work to try to fix it and keep the trust and everything. Which GM has kind of fumbled a little bit, which is unfortunate, but it happens. It happens sometimes. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. This is gonna take forever. Actually, you know, I could probably go faster. Just a little bit faster. Because this baler doesn't need to stop or do anything like that. So I can just keep on going. That's the thing I love about this Kverneland fast bale. It's actually Kverneland Vicon. It's actually got two different branding options for it, but the thing I love about the fast bale is you can just, it's got a dual chamber design on it, so you can basically literally bale nonstop. It basically just fills the fills the pre-chamber, which is down here somewhere. So yeah, you can see it right there, just kind of glitching into the baler. But there's the pre-chamber. Builds up to a certain point, dumps the bale off into the rear chamber, and allows it to fill again, or to keep filling from there. And then as soon as the rear chamber is done, it drops the bale out, and then the pre-chamber comes open again. And so it's just this continuous cycle of baling. And when I first saw this thing in Farm Sim, I was like, there's no way that's a real invention. There's no way that's actually a thing. It is. It's a real thing. The Converlin fast bale or the Vicon fast bale. It's either one. It's a real thing. And even like if you're doing grass or hay or something, if the rear chamber still has a bale in it and the pre-chambers, the front one, gets too full, it'll actually slow the baler down automatically. Like it'll literally slow your tractor down, both in the game and real life, apparently, I think. It'll slow it down to like compensate for the time factor, to like actually drop the bale out and then have the pre-chamber drop its in progress one into the rear chamber. It's actually fascinating how it works. Of course, with straw, there's no need to wait for wrapping. And I guess with grass, the time factor makes sense, because if you have a bale that's on the wrapper getting wrapped, but you have another bale in the rear chamber and then some stuff going into the pre-chamber, it's going to slow you down like a lot, because it's having to compensate for the amount of time to drop the bale off the wrapper, put the next bale onto the wrapper, and then, you know, keep that cycle going. So there's a lot to it. Only a couple bales left before I have to fill the net wrap. How many bales are we up to now? 70. Good Lord. I've done 79 bales in this field alone. All right. Jesus. Oh, yep, there it is. Oh, don't drop that. Don't drop that. Don't drop that. Please don't drop that. You son of a... Okay. Turn that off. We'll go with... Massey Ferguson. Why not? It's not going to make a difference visually. Actually, does it? Hold on. So that's the wrapping. Where's the... Is it that? Might be. I don't know. Trying to figure out where the net wrap rolls are stored. But I guess it doesn't show me where it is. Oh, there it is. I can see the logo. Oh god, about to run into a fence. Did that drop? Oh, it did. It did drop a bale out. Huh. I thought I saw the door open. I feel my throat getting dry. You can probably hear it too. You'd think I'd be better about this streaming thing, and I would have had water with me before I started the stream, but nope. I am clearly a forgetful streamer because I am terrible at this. Can't you tell? 57% done. Just got all that left to go. That's gonna be a fun time doing that one. At least the good thing about doing baling contracts in FS25 is you don't have to pick up the bales, which is awesome, because in 22 and 19 and all that, you would have to pick up the bales. And if you created a lot of bales like I'm doing, well, you'd be at this for like 45 minutes picking up all the bales. So all I gotta do is just bale it, and then the farmer that owns this field will take care of the rest. 86 bales. And the largest bale collector, like actual transport thing, is this guy, and it only holds 24. So I would have to do, say, 24, 48, 72. I'd have to do that 3.5 times for the amount of bales that I have now. Over 3.5. Yeah, I guess just a little bit over 3.5. So a little bit rough, but oh well. Deer. There's deer in this field. Get out of here, deer. I'm gonna run you over. Get out of here. Let's see, how many do I have left? So it's 5 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side. Not a whole lot left to go on this end of the field. That is a lot of bales. Good Lord. I think I'll do this side and then I'll go back over to that side. Gonna work it in sections at this point. I wonder. Are the... No, they're not. Okay. I had to check to make sure. I thought the east to west passes were going to be straight so I could do the auto turn, but unfortunately they're also not straight. It's not on a zero line, so I do it myself. It sounds so lazy. I guess because I am. I just want to have the machine do the work for me. I could have, well, I was about to say I could have set this on a worker. I forgot that workers don't work with balers. Because thanks, Giants. We have a GPS system, and it totally could work with balers, but you chose not to. Okay, that part's done. We'll go over to the other side. Finish up these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My stomach is grumbling. Holy crap, I am hungry. Oh, hey, at least these are straight. I can do a little bit of a thing here. So these are 12s. Do that, do that. That off. Auto turn. Beautiful. Gotta love it. I'm gonna shift the headland point in a bit. We'll go 20. That's the max I can go. So, no hands. Turning. Beautiful. See, that's what I'm talking about when I say the auto turn is letting enhanced vehicle, which enhanced vehicle is what is this mod right here. This is part of the display. Just allows me to turn without having to touch the steering, basically. It's a beautiful thing. And I completely forgot that enhanced vehicle even had this until like a month or two ago. This one I will have to turn myself because there's a bale directly in the way. But that's okay. Take a breath in up my lung. Yeah. Just for a minute. Hold on to you. Man, the memory's gone. Remember you. All right, so there's that half done. Now we get to do the other half. Which, depending on what this looks like, I may actually be able to do the enhanced vehicle thing. It may stretch over just far enough. So 12. That's already set up. Let's try it and see what happens. So it gets it there. Might have to shift the line a bit. Maybe not. This might work out perfectly. No, I think I'll have to shift the line at least a couple of notches. But if this works, then I can just let whatchamacallit do it. I'm gonna leave that on for now, just in case. And yes, it is technically unrealistic because a lot of this is ending up outside of the pickup width, but I don't even care. Now look at that, that works. Oh, wrong direction. Stop. I need to go into the positive direction, like that. There we go. Just gonna make sure this works on this pass before I turn off GPS. It should. I think we're good. So turn that to worker. And now I can just sit here and literally do nothing. I can just let it turn, do it all itself. I don't have to do anything. Except for fill up the round bale net if it decides to empty itself. Which it might. You never know. I forgot. I can't do auto turn because there's no end of the field to auto turn at. So I do actually have to have some manual input at one end of the pass. Damn. All right. I had to send another DM. And simultaneously unplug my mouse because I feel like it's probably charged enough. And get to the end of this. Shift E to turn, which that's not a default key. That's just the key that I set up for it. So still a little bit of manual intervention, but that's okay. So how many passes do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Not great, but not bad. I can figure out what I'm going to do for tomorrow. I don't want to do something other than farm sim, but I don't really know. I don't know what. Maybe Minecraft. I've actually kind of been getting back into Minecraft a little bit. Modded Minecraft though, not vanilla. I will never play vanilla Minecraft again. Modded Minecraft is so much better. But maybe I do a stream series on that. Thursday, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Friday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't stream on weekends, so yeah, I don't know. Gotta figure out what I'm going to do. I might do Minecraft tomorrow. I don't know. Just gotta figure out which pack I'm going to do, because there's a couple of them that I have in mind. Let's see. Can I move the bale out of the way? Nope. I'm just carrying the bale with me. Good Lord. I was about to intervene, pick that thing up and throw it, but I decided, you know what, we'll see if the tractor will just move it out of the way. It did. It moved it. You know. Gotta remember, hit Shift E at the fuck. Oh, oh no, oh please, please, no, oh gee, oh jeez, friggin' bales in the way. Anyway. %85 complete. Almost done. It's been almost 2.5 hours of harvesting a field and then doing one baling contract. Not very efficient, to be honest with you. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes you're just not that efficient. Speaking of efficiency, I don't actually know if this has anything to do with efficiency, but I got new casters for my chair, and oh my god, I didn't realize how just changing the casters or the wheels on your chair makes a huge difference in how well this thing rolls. It is a night and day difference. I don't have to struggle to get this chair to move on carpet. It just glides right across it. So pretty good, you know. Again, I don't know what this has to do with efficiency, but I mean, I guess technically it's more efficient to, I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass at this point, trying to find something to talk about because the silence is deafening. The silence is deafening. I feel like I used to be more talkative in like my earlier streams. So like back in 2018, I used to be way more talkative. I would just like, and maybe I had, you know, more people in chat that I could talk to and I guess more active engagement. But even then, it's like I would still talk to myself for the most part. But I guess here, there's not really a whole lot to commentate on. If I was playing something like House Flipper or a game like that, I would probably be way more talkative. I'd just be kind of, you know, kind of talking out, or like speaking my thoughts and what I'm doing and all that stuff, like basically commentating. But there's not a whole lot of commentating to do here in Farm Sim. It's just right now going back and forth on these passes. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. Maybe that's a game that I play again on stream, is House Flipper. I'd need to get House Flipper 2 because House Flipper 1 is probably far enough out of date at this point that it's not worth really playing. So, I don't know. Maybe eventually. There was actually a free weekend for it, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember. I thought about downloading it and trying it out, but never did. Thinking about it now, I speaking of money, I think Alan still owes me for that time he tried to use my tip jar thing, and he couldn't get any like it wouldn't let him do it. He mentioned something about an IOU, and I think he still owes me. I don't quite remember how much, but I think he still owes me. I gotta figure out where that motherfucker's at. I haven't seen him in a while. I think he's been playing games here and there, but haven't talked to him in a while. Where you at, Alan? 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 Alan, 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 Al, Alan, Alan. Wonder if he's is he playing anything on Steam right now? Probably not. Is he online at all? Online but away. Okay, well. He's probably, if I had to guess, he's probably at work right now. It's actually something that, Alan and I need to get back to is Satisfactory. Him and I, have been playing a whole bunch of, or were playing a whole bunch of Satisfactory like 2 months ago or something, 3 months ago. I don't even remember. But whenever Alan had his basically his whole setup just die on him, the server went down for a while. I think it's back up technically, but it's probably been up for many hours and needs to be restarted. I could check. Because I have access to his Proxmox, which has an invalid certification. That's unfortunate. Server 2 console. Oh, I'd have to, okay, I can't check that from the Proxmox. Actually, I have to get into the game in order to do that. Can't check that from the VM. So, oh well. Contract finished. Yay, we're done. Finally. Jesus. This took way too much time. All right. How many bales are we thinking that we got here, including the one that I'm about to drop out? I'm gonna guess 125. Any other guesses? Because I know we had 86 the last time I checked. 101? Okay. Well, let's see. 147. Holy shit. God, man. 147 bales. That's a lot. Holy crap. Oh, I missed a couple spots here. I'm not gonna get those. I don't really care about those spots, but man, that's 147 bales. Not bad. Not bad for the old baler. So that would mean we have to go and do the other ones too. And there goes all the bales. They're now gone. So I think it's over that way, if I remember right. Yeah, I can see it from here. Okay. So we're gonna drive over there. I'm probably not gonna do. Well, let me see how the thing is set up. I may do this one on stream and then leave the next one, or leave the last one for the next stream. I don't quite know. Is that a gap in the... Oh, yeah, there's a gap right there. Okay. So I don't even have to go through the trees. I can just go through this gap. Those are relatively straight. I don't know. Maybe I do this one. Are these 12s? They are. Yeah, they are. I don't know. I mean, this is a relatively small field. 39 acres. No, we'll do it. Fuck it. This one's small enough. We can probably get it done in 45 minutes. At least make it look like we did something decent. Wasn't just a harvesting contract and then one baling contract and be, done. Oh, go fast. We'll actually jump up to speed on this one because I want to go fast. Also, that's a cornfield that is ready to go right there. It's always good. I didn't reset the bale counter, son of a bitch. I should have reset the bale counter, but now we're too late. So we got to remember that 147 was the first one. And we'll have to count everything after that. You fly above the sky. Heroes tonight. Heroes tonight. You fly above the sky. Heroes too. Pretty good song. Heroes Tonight by somebody. Who is it? I would try to pronounce that name, but I don't want to butcher it. Town to town, from London to Taiwan, and all around the globe to forget. No. Fly above the sky. We are heroes too. Heroes tonight, high above the sky. Heroes tonight, yeah. Oh, there goes the net rolls again. Oh, oh, it's gonna do it again. You son of a... Get out of here. Friggin' bail. Alright, net wrap. Gonna do the Massey Ferguson wrap again. This field should be a little easier to bail because the lines are a little straighter. Actually, I think they're pretty much straight. Almost. They're somewhat straight. Should be straight enough to do the enhanced vehicle auto turn method that we were using earlier, and actually have it work properly, because this is a field with just straight passes. There's no weird jutting out angles and all this other junk. I can lie that little freeze frame every time the bale comes onto the wrapper and then drops out of it is kind of annoying. Not a fan of the freeze frame type stutters, but not a whole lot I can do about it, unfortunately. I mean, really the only way to fix that would be using a different baler. We're way past that point, so just going to deal with it. All right, lock onto the line. Oops, didn't put the thing down. It's actually fine because the line isn't where I thought it would be. So it's more like here. So 2, 3. Move this up to 12. 20 is already set. Going to number 1. Should be okay. Turn that off for the moment. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I've done the, let's see if I've calculated the visuals correctly. I feel like I have, but only one way to find out. Okay, I think that should be okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna put a lot of faith in the game right now. When I get to the end of this pass, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna let this, I'll keep this on the screen, I'll keep it going. But I'm just gonna mute up and then I'm gonna go get a drink because my throat is quite dry, so this should be fine, I hope. Maybe, possibly. Please. Yeah, look at that. Okay. All right, I will be right back. Okay, I have returned. I had to get a different drink because the drink that I was hoping to get, turns out we don't have any, which is really unfortunate. So yeah, had to get some apple juice instead. I know I'm not talking about alcohol. I don't really drink all that much, but in fact, it's extremely rare that I drink because most of the time we don't have any alcohol. I was wanting to go grab like a Mountain Dew or something, but unfortunately, we don't have any. The only thing that I have any interest in having as an alternative is apple juice. So. I assume that nothing crazy happened while I was away. Because if something crazy happened, I would be stuck in the middle of somewhere, or would have driven off the edge of the map, or something. Let's see, how many passes have we done so far? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the 2 headlands. Not too bad. Still got a fair bit left to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe? 15 or 16? Let's see how many bales we're up to now. 203, 204. So that would be 60, 57? 57 total bales off just this field, because I didn't reset the bale counter like I should have. So should be 58 bales now on this field. That's pretty good. I mean, 58 on this field for the amount that I've done. Jesus. We might end up with about the same amount as the other field. Let's see. Oh, birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more passes. Kind of makes me wish I could time lapse real life. Speed through all this. Speed through it. Let's see. Good Lord, $135,000 for plowing field 17. That would take forever with a plow like that. It takes 7,000 years. Soybeans 27, soybeans 26, corn 25, 12. Corn, soybeans, just a lot of corn and soybeans. Cultivating contracts. Not a whole lot to do. Oh, look at that. Another rail mail contract on field 22. This one actually wouldn't be too bad to do. But I'm not doing that today. 70,000 for cultivating. Debatable. gonna fill the bale net again here in a few minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 passes left. 7.5. The last one's kind of a half or quarter pass, so kind of 7.5, 7.25, one of the two. Good Lord. Almost at the almost at 100 bales in total for this field. So lots of bales created today. Lots of bales, lots of stuttering. All that stuff. It's like I know why the stuttering happens. Because if I pull up the help window, if you watch, when it drops out, the list just disappears, and then it disappears again. And I don't know why it's making the list disappear, but that's what's causing the freeze frame to happen. Oh, there's BailNet. I said a few minutes and my time was way off. Mass Ferguson again. But yeah, like, I guess it's just the game trying to like adjust the control display, but the menu, like the help menu, isn't even showing, so it shouldn't be trying to do that if it's not showing. But you know, it's done that for a couple farm sim games. Did that in 19, did that in 22. Still hasn't been fixed, unfortunately. Although I don't know if there's anything that can be done to actually fix it, because I wouldn't even know where to start, like, with what's wrong, because I just don't know. And I mean, maybe it's because of the other mods that I have that add controls, because there's a bunch of extra controls in here. It's like there's Nexat, which is the that's a Giants DLC. Auto Drive has a ton of controls, better contracts, bulk fill, cab view, course play, enhanced vehicle, power tools, universal auto load, vehicle explorer. So there's a lot of controls. So I don't know. It's weird. It is a strange thing. All right, 5 five passes or four and a bit, 4.5, four something. Oh, kind of excited for next Tuesday. I think it's next Tuesday, because that's when the next DLC releases. Finally, be able to use it. The Plains and Prairies DLC got a whole bunch of more North American-esque machines and big old tractors and stuff like that. So it'll be really nice to use on some of these US maps. So pretty excited for that. Pretty sure that's next Tuesday. I'll have to look again because I don't remember. DLC Plains and Prairies pack. June 3rd, yep. That would be next Tuesday. Versatile Nemesis, the MFWD, or the mechanical front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive? Four-wheel drive? I don't remember. The Ford 976, the Versatile 976, the 1156 in both. The 1080 Big Roy, the Delta Track. Got a big old Brant grain cart, the Trout River live bottom trailer, Sulfur Disc Harrow, the Vadersad Seed Hawk, Fent Rogator sprayer, which is awesome. Some GEA slurry tankers, a sulfur airboom fertilizer spreader. I know you can't see what I'm looking at, but just trust me. I'm excited to use some of those pieces. Some of them are probably going to replace stuff that I already like, the most common stuff that I use. Like that Big Roy's probably going to get used for a lot. And the Delta Track probably. All right. One full pass and then just a tiny pass after that, and then we can be done. honestly, not a terrible stream. One fairly large field harvested, got the soybeans off of it, and then got one contract done, about to finish the other one. So not too bad, to be honest. Just over 3.25 hours. Not too shabby. Been fun to watch. Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that it's fun. To me, it seems like some of these sections are just boring. It's just you're kind of watching me play the game, not really commentating that much. But I mean, yeah, I guess it's fun for some. So that's a good thing. Go contract finished. Granted me 5% discount for future farmland purchases. Yeehaw. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Literally, what is that? 32 liters? 32 liters, and I can make a full bale. Perfect way to end the stream. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Can't even make a full bale to finish it off. It has to be 32 liters short. Jeez. Watch, hold on. There's got to be like a tiny piece that I missed somewhere, right? Gotta be. There has to be. Can't just tell me that I'm 32 liters short. Oh, God. Oh shit, maybe I am. Nope, right there. This one spot would have probably gotten me the full bale. Oh. Well, perfect way to end the stream. Just complete and utter failure. No, I'm kidding. It's not a failure, but that is mildly frustrating. So there we go. We sold off a couple pieces of machinery. We got this Massey 9S on finance, so we've got 200 and I just realized how much I have left to pay on it. $250,000 left to pay in monthly installments of $41,000. Oof. Of course, the baler is rented for the time being. And yeah. Also got the new combine, new header, all that. Got a new trailer. Sold off the old fertilizer spreader that was like laying over here. Sold off the mixer wagon because I'm not going to be using this barn for anything. Harvested this field, so not a bad day. But that is going to be it for today. Let me go shut this tractor down. That's gonna be it for this stream. Thanks everyone for watching. I know there was a bunch of people in here. There was like 10 people. I know this doesn't sound like a bunch, but for me it is. You know, if y'all are ever in here and you know, I mean, if you're lurking, that's okay. If you want to chat, you know, don't be afraid to chat if you're subscribed. I know that the subscriber mode is turned on, so that might deter people from chatting and all that. I may experiment with turning that off at some point. So I don't know. But you know, if you want to chat in the chat, I mean, don't be afraid to do it. Always love to engage. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you tomorrow with something. Don't know what it's going to be. Probably Minecraft. We'll give Farm Sim a little bit of a break. But yeah, so I will see you tomorrow with something different. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.